Welcome back to this edition of Minstrels on the Block. Special guests this week are the Wellfellers, Travis Mackey, Daniel Schaefer, and Lucas Flores, three great entertainers who work great together. So, now, when I first met each of you, you were playing solo. Well, you were drumming solo. You were playing solo. From watching you play, and you played with me for a little bit, and that was awesome. We really miss you. And you were playing by yourself. To being the tightest band that comes to Fountain City Coffee Shop, open mic, and probably the other places you should go to. So tell me about kind of the origins of the Wellfellers, as far as being separate musicians and then meeting and all that.
Well, for me, I know that I had dropped out of the music scene almost completely. I had gotten a job in Auburn, and my shifts just didn't match up with any kind of schedules for any place around town. And finally, I got to a point to where if I sped, about 100 from Auburn to Columbus, I could make it in time to at least try to sign up for open mic night. Mm-hmm. So I started doing that, and I like I said, I started playing my music, my instrumental music. And then I had talked with another friend of ours, friend of mine, his girlfriend named Betty, and she had mentioned that he played music, and from there we just kind of, I invited him to come out and play at open mic night. He had played there before, I believe, mm-hmm. and we just kind of meshed up, and yeah.
So I guess your story is like the opposite of his. Tell me, Emily.
No, it's accurate. But I had played at open mic night a while back. Open mic night, and it was a different kind of atmosphere. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of dropped out and was trying to write songs, trying to learn more songs, because I had been asked to come and perform on my own one full Friday or Saturday night, and I just didn't have the material for it. So I was like, well, I need to drop back and gain some stuff. And so as time went on, I just kind of lost that interest to do that. And so eventually, I met Travis through Betty, mm-hmm. and he invited me to come out, and I just wanted to go out and observe and see how the atmosphere was and see him play, mm-hmm. and he was really good. And so I came and played one night. It was a really good response, and then eventually, as time went on, I was like, hey, do you want to play a couple of songs with me? Yeah. Because I really like the way that you play guitar, mm-hmm. and maybe sing some backup for me. And so then we started practicing every week. So.
Cool. Lucas.
And for me, I sort of like TJ had been out of music for a couple years. I had not been playing at church and not been playing anywhere else. And they had already been playing together for a few weeks, and I was starting to say, I really want to play drums again. Mm-hmm. And they said, would you like to come out and play with us? And I did, and it was a lot of fun. And the rest is history.
Cool. Yeah, I also met Lucas through Betty.
Oh, yeah,
and that too. She told me all about him being a drummer and everything like that, saying he was really good. So we asked him out to play with us.
Now, Lucas, the people in the audience may think what you're sitting on is a stool. What is that?
It's a percussion instrument. It's called a cajon. This one's made by Minstrels. I bought it on the internet a couple years back. It's essentially just a box with some snares inside. You hit it in the middle and it makes a bass note, and you hit it around the edge, it makes a snare.
Cool.
And that's pretty much it.
Slap on it a time or two, see if it picks up on the mics.
That's the bass, and that's the snare.
Cool.
That's it.
That is an awesome, well, you've already seen it. Now, as far as running a band, now you had to move to Auburn for work purposes, obviously. During one of the breaks, you and I were talking about the 9 to 5 sort of thing. Tell me, what are your work schedules like as opposed to doing this band, and as being as good as you are at the band? How does work and music conflict with each other?
Well, I know for me, I do have to make it from Auburn to Smith Station in order for practice or just to come out and play on open mic night. But it's not too bad right now. The shift that I'm on is just about perfect for it.
Cool.
So I can at least make it from there to there with enough time to actually have sufficient practice.
Nice. Daniel?
Since my home is the basis for operations and practice and everything like that, it's a little bit easier for me. But it's no lack of stress trying to work several jobs and do music at the same time. But
Several jobs, yeah.
and so, but it's totally worth it, I believe.
It was definitely worth it for my end, watching you play, because it's fantastic. Lucas?
Well, I'm a full-time student at CSU, and I work at CSU.
Cool.
So every few months, my classes change, and then my work hours change to be around it. And so every few months, I'm not sure what's going to happen. So sometimes it works out perfectly like it has the last couple months, and sometimes it's uncertain like it will be for the next couple months.
Cool.
But we'll make it.
Yeah. It's like, but it's like when you're a musician trying to do art, it's that damn real world, which always sucks. I generally don't ask this question, but I've heard it in other interviews, so I thought I'd try it. Where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years as a band?
Well, you heard me. I'm a big dreamer, CD or 2 at least, and then touring, hopefully.
Sweet.
On the road.
On the road.
Playing drums.
We'll go to another one of the Wellfellow songs. We'll be right back.
It's another Wellfellows original called Whiskey Surrender. I did all I could to make her leave, but I never thought I would succeed. Waited too long to beg and plead. Now it's just you, the drink, and me. So pour me a glass of surrender. Gone are the days of love and splendor. All of her letters come back, return to sender. Pour me a glass of surrender. No two brighter stars you'd ever see than in the eyes of she who once loved me. Don't deny a man his right to grieve, to pass the time with you, the drink, and me. So pour me a glass of surrender. Gone are the days of love and splendor. All of her letters come back, return to sender. So pour me another glass of surrender. Mister, please don't laugh at me, though I'm as drunk can be. You say I've had enough, well I disagree. Just fine here with you, the drink, and me. Pour me a glass of surrender. Gone are the days of love and splendor. All of her letters come back, return to sender. So pour me another glass. Pour me another glass. Pour me another glass of surrender. glass of surrender. Gone are the days of love and splendor. All her letters come back, return to sender. So pour me another glass of surrender.